Are you ready to play the most challenging settings on No Man's Sky? Well, let me show you how you can start the game and survive on permadeath mode. While the game is loading, our strategy is going to be to make good use of the photo setting in the game. We're going to turn on the camera, which pauses the game, and then we can look around for the resources we need. We're also going to be looking for caves, any kind of other shelters. We're going to be looking for sodium, oxygen, and all the things to keep our guy alive until he finds his spacecraft. So here we go.
Commencing Atlas system suit initialization.
All right, this is the intro sequence. Unfortunately, it will not let us skip this. While we're watching it, our character's hazard suit is diminishing its protection. So we're going to have to replenish it as quickly as possible as soon as this little intro sequence is done. And our protection will already be lowered at that point. So we're in a big mad rush right now to survive. So this gets done. Playing on a PC here, so I'm going to tell you the keyboard shortcuts I'm using. If you're on a console, then you'll need to figure those out on your own. Okay, first things first, I don't like third person mode. I'm going to go over here and go to first person. I don't like third person at all. Anyway, we're going to hit X, AA, click. Now we are in photo mode and the game pauses. So we're going to need to replenish our hazard protection with some sodium. You find sodium in little yellow glowing plants like these over here. You can see two of them in the middle of my screen. And if I know where I am here, I believe I need to follow this little line of trees. It's a little disorienting because it doesn't show you where your guy is. Sometimes you can find his shadow. No, that's an animal. Anyway, that's where I need to go. Oops, wrong button. Alright, where are those trees? I think it's these. Okay. So we're heading over to get, yep, there's the sodium right there. Saying us to perform a scan, which we can't perform because our scanner is broken. Thank you very much. Do that just to clear the window. Alright. So, this direction, I believe. Yeah. We can let our shield take a couple hits. It'll stretch whatever sodium we do find that way. And then once you've not been taking any hazard protection hits for a while, the shield will automatically recharge. So it lets us stretch out that sodium right there.
Radiation damage detected.
Alright, that's not a lot, but just got the hazard protection up a little bit. Let's see what's in here. Sodium, nice.
Radiation protection.
Alright, X, click. Oh, nope, no sodium was in there. That was just telling us we got it a second ago. Alright, we're going X, A, click. That's our camera. I believe I saw two. Just gone the wrong direction. Oh, there's one over there. Up there are the two over there. So I'm looking for, this is where I am. I'm looking for that little pothole. Alright, pothole, where are you? I love getting all turned around. It's fun. I think it's this way. Oh, pothole. Oh, those are bushes. Alright, I'm standing next to these two little rocks. And it's not telling me which direction I'm facing. Okay, click. Oh, there they are. Okay, I'm standing next to two little rocks. I think. Alright, well, what I'm looking for is this weird little formation here with another weird formation there. Which are those two? Okay.
Radiation damage detected. Radiation damage detected.
Check again, see where I am. Alright, I went the totally wrong way, so I need to turn left, and there, right there.
Radiation damage
All right, a
detected.
little lower than I wanted to be. X, click, click, click. Okay.
Recharge.
X, click, click, click. Okay.
Recharge.
Got that up a bit. We need more sodium, or we need some cover. All right, sodium there. So I am looking for. That's a neat looking thing. Looking for that thing and for this damaged machinery. And those neat spires. Alright, there's a spire. Here's the damaged machinery. There's that neat little, oh hey, buried technology module that isn't buried. Sweet. Here and here. Awesome.
Radiation protection. Falling.
Alright, so despite what the game wants me to do, I want an analysis visor. So we're going to go up here to our multi-tool. We're going to tap E. We're going to click the analysis visor. Tells us we need a carbon nanotube. A carbon nanotube requires 50 carbon, which we will get from some of these lamps here. 18. 31. 50. Excellent. Carbon nanotube.
Constructed.
This. Very much.
Radiation
All huge salt.
protection.
Alright, our ship is over there. We are not going to wait for the game to prompt us to go to it. Oh, I wish I could harvest this sodium nitrate. I need a better multi-tool before I could do that. Oh, and before I can harvest that, but I can harvest this. We're going to need some dihydrogen here in a while, so as we see it around, we'll pick it up. We're also up here, lots of dihydrogen. Alright, once again, I'm going to let the radiation hit my shield a couple times once the hazard protection has gone off. And that way we can stretch out that proton a little bit. Alright, that's one thing. Alright, the ship's over there. Got it with our analysis visor. We'll scan those guys when we're not dying from radiation. Alright, X, click, click, click. Alright. Once we make it to the ship will allow us actually to go on board, and the onboard ship systems, sodium, the onboard ship systems will actually allow our hazard protection to slowly recharge. We will have to go trekking away from our ship at least once, because there's a part that we'll need that we can't craft yet in our blueprints, but if we're careful, you can have enough sodium to make that trip and make it back alive. If we are not careful, we'll die on the way. But for the meantime, you can see that the hazard protection for radiation there is slowly going down. Despite what the game wants us to do, we're going to go sit in the ship. So the ship is saying, oh, hi, you're this neat iteration, and hello, and blah, 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 and a bunch of stuff is broken, and we're clicking a whole bunch of times because we don't care. Don't care about the log, connect the exosuits. All right, moving on. Yes, our exosuit is not working right. Yeah, thank you. I'll do that. Scanner damaged. All right, our scanner needs 75 ferrite dust. And in case you're curious, what is ferrite dust? Ferrite dust is basically iron. Ferrous metals are metals that are magnetic, like iron. So iron's not the only one, but probably one you've heard of. So basically, we're just gathering bits of magnetic metal from 75. Woo. Damaged machinery. Woohoo! We can turn this stuff eventually into nanites, which we'll need to upgrade our stuff. It takes a lot of processing, so I usually just keep stockpiling it until I have 250 units, which is the number of units that one inventory slot of a refiner can hold. That way I'm not always constantly refining tiny little bits. We're going to keep that stuff, kept the stuff that was inside, which were nanites. They're important. I'm going to steal all this stuff. Alright, let's see. We're going to keep this rusted metal. You can refine that into 2 pieces of ferrite dust for each. It's a useful resource. Alright. How much dust do we have?
Radiation protection falling.
At 25, we need a lot more. Alright. Come on, little. Well, let's recharge the radiation protection. Alright. The ship needs, let's see here, pure ferrite, dihydrogen jelly, hermetic seal, and metal plating. Might be able to make the jelly. Yep, awesome. So we gathered enough dihydrogen to make a jelly pack. Install that. Alright, so now it just needs the pure ferrite, the seal, and the metal plate. So we'll get to that. Actually, what do I need for a refiner? I need a metal plate. Which means I need 25 more metal.
Radiation protection falling.
Bucks. In time, you'll be able to increase the amount of information and thereby the amount of money you make off of different things that you scan. Unfortunately, minerals are not one of those things. They'll always stop you very much. But you can get plants and animals, flora and fauna. The amount you make off of them can go up a lot to get upgrades for your scanner module. And it'll give more information, and I don't know who gives transmissions, but whoever they are, they'll pay more.
Radiation protection falling.
Alright, so near the bottom left you can see critical exposure in 33 seconds, so that's a good way that you can keep track if you're in the scanner view of how long you have before you're going to have to get your infection back up. So, and a few more seconds. I don't know why I'm gathering carbonite metal. 16 seconds. 15 seconds. Oh, actually, no. Let's let the shield take a hit.
Radiation damage detected.
We'll let it take another hit if necessary. Alright, back on board. See the hazard protection is slowly replenishing. The shield will also do the same thing. Multi-tool. I don't really care about the scanner right now. I'm going to make that plate. I'm going to place the portable refiner I have the blueprint for. I'm going to put that rusted metal in there. Give it some fuel. And turn that on. So while we're sitting, it'll take a minute and a half. While we're sitting here looking at our stuff, that will be processing. Alright. This needs another 50. And we need our hazard protection to finish replenishing. So it wants us to repair the scanner. It thinks I still have 75 ferrite dust, but I don't. So it'll do the rest. Alright, recharging. Come on, come along. Yes, I know the launch thruster is critically damaged. We'll get to it. Alright, recharge. Yeah, more metal. It's like nice metal. Here. We can also turn in this information for nanites along with money. We'll have to manually do that at some point. It's not automatic like with the money. Click. Recharge that multi-tool mining beam. That's metal. That's metal. Very cool. Get it here. Alright, 73. Almost there! We can do it. Now, earlier, I gathered some red plants that were glowy. They had oxygen. You can see near the bottom left, above where it says the planet name, which is UCR 16. You can see the little heart with the slash through it, the little heartbeat symbol through it. It's almost, the bar next side is almost depleted. So that's what that oxygen is for. In time, we'll be able to buy recharge packs that are really cheap and cheaper than actually just selling the oxygen. So we'll just buy those at some point. But for right now, we don't have the oxygen, so we'll recharge that there. If you have time to open your inventory like we do now, you can do it here. If you're outside the ship, obviously, like with recharging other stuff, you tap X and you can select what to recharge while you're even running. Okay, recharge there. Well, use the scanner to give us our next task. Alright. Need 50 more. Oh, actually, we probably have that in our refiner. Awesome, 114. That metal was useful. That will pick this up. While we're doing this, I'm off the ship, so I can recharge. Alright, make the plate. Plate goes on pulse engine. We'll also need a seal, but we'll have to get a map to find one because my dude can't make that yet. Yes, blah blah blah. No, go get the map from the distress beacon. Yep. Okay. Moving on. The plate, we don't care. Blah blah blah. Okay, I didn't broadcast earlier, so we'll send a signal to the system that we're here. Or you can choose not to. I don't know if it makes a difference. Now we will get our map. Thank you very much. Charge. Alright, inventory. Use the chart. You'll be doing a lot of that in the game. You're going to want to be trading in navigation data that you find around the universe and trade that in for maps. There are 4 different kinds of maps that will show you different kinds of interesting things, some of which will get you money, some of which will get you nanites. Some will help you find upgrades for your exosuit, all kinds of good stuff. Okay. Now we have the directions to go to that. We need 50 pure ferrite, which means I'm going to need 50 dust, which I have. Okay, excellent. So I am going to place this back down. I'm going to put 50 of the dust into here, which will convert 1-to-1 to pure ferrite, as you can see on the right side. Get in fuel, get that started. It's going to take a few seconds. While that's working, let's see if there's anything around that we can pick up. I'm going to find plant. Hello.
Radiation protection falling.
Carbon, why not? Alright, green beam next up. Leave that here for now. Try to remember to pick it up later. If not, we can replace it. Alright, so we have the jelly pack in there. Pure ferrite's in there. Alright, we have a launch thruster with half of its fuel it needs, so it'll be able to take off once or twice, I'm not sure. Alright, we're going to trek off to get that seal. The seal is the key. Show me that camera mode. Oh, wherever it is. Let's look for. Look around real quick. Ooh, condensed carbon. Nice. And I don't see anything. Alright. Oh, actually, I didn't see this. Alright, so we're going towards that. Let's try not enter, but click. Yeah, right along that ridge line, there's some more sodium. You can see our destination is over there. We're going to need the sodium. All that toxic radiation trying to kill us. We actually, oh, there's another one down there. We can actually do scans now, thanks to repairing the scanner on the multi-tool. Okay. So something I hadn't scanned, but now I'll slide it. Alright, so we'll tap C, and that's the scan. So here it shows us where some oxygen is at, a bunch more dihydrogen, which we don't need right now. The more oxygen we can find, the more our guy can sprint, because sprinting uses up life support. So it's a little faster, quite a bit faster than walking. But sprinting is also much faster for getting. Wow, Lucky, lucky, lucky. This is a lot of oxygen. This is, yeah, you'll be able to do a lot of sprinting. You won't see this necessarily every time you start off on Permadeath mode. When you do, just smile and take it.
Radiation protection falling.
Sometimes you'll find a field like this with the sodium plants as well. Jumping over that.
Radiation protection falling.
We're over there. I'm not going to scan that. Okay, every time I've started to go towards the hermetic,
Radiation damage detected.
the hermetic seal, I've always run into a storm. Believe it or not.
Radiation damage detected.
X, click, click, click.
Energy recharge.
Alright, recharge that. And instead of heading toward our destination, we might just head into a cave or into a ship. Cave, that's nowhere. Oh, I think this one goes somewhere.
Radiation protection
Looks like we should be able to get out pretty easily. Alright, so we're going to weather the storm in a cave.
stabilizing.
Alright, cave narrow, let's scan that. Why not? This should be cobalt. Cobalt's useful. Or it will be. Cave barrel. Not so useful anymore. You used to need it to make exo fast stations, but not anymore. Ooh. Hazardous plant. It has sodium. And the other one has oxygen. Thanks. Oh, I thought there were two. Tap T to turn on the, well, we call it flashlight here in America, but turn on the torch with T. You can also hit X, QQ, click, click, and it will turn it off and on too. But T is easier. Sometimes if you have your multi-tool in a specific mode, what to use, if you're doing the terrain manipulator. Storm is clearing, yes! Anyway, if you have that out, the T button will not let you turn your torch off and on. So you need to do it the manual way. These are medium value here. Get a few bucks off that later, or credits, or whatever the money units. I've never been wrong about that. Maybe this is more challenging than I thought. So I can cobalt rocks. Alright, that might be a ledge to get off to. Oh, hold it, dude. Alright, let the jetpack recharge. Alright, off we go. Cool. Oh, since this is right here. These. Maybe not to. You might notice, the longer the multi-tool runs, the brighter and more red it gets. So the hotter the beam, the more quickly it orbits. If you get up above 100 damage there, with the way I have the tool set up right now, it'll overheat. So you want to keep it as close to 100 as you can, but don't let it overheat and you have to let it cool down. Alright, now off to our seal. Almost a kilometer away. Oh no, I fell into the cave again. This is it. Yeah, this is the same cave. So we can shield. Alright, hang on, dude.
Radiation protection.
Letting the jetpack recharge. The display for that's near the bottom right. Now it just disappeared. Please charge that. Okay, very good. Now let's not fall in any more pits. And head toward our destination. Do another scan. See if there's anything good on our path. I'm not going to spend time on hydrogen right now. Actually, I can see sodium plant up there, a little beyond the scanner's range. Ooh,
Radiation
carbon
protection.
crystals.
Falling.
Very good fuel. Got those.
Suit power cells depleted.
Alright, so now we're going to recharge our life support with some oxygen.
Recharge.
Once again, I let it take one little bite out of the shield. Try to stretch that oxygen as far as possible until the ship is repaired and we can get out of here. Alright, I'm going to let the shield take another hit even if it doesn't recharge from the environment here. Okay, it's recharging. Excellent, it's all the way up.
Radiation damage detected.
Yep, I see that. One more hit. Yeah, I'll take that.
Radiation
Nanites,
damage
excellent.
detected.
X, click, click, click. Alright, not done with that yet. Oh, scanner's still charging. Can't get the little one next to it though. Once again, condensed carbon is excellent fuel. You can actually condense regular carbon. It will compress 2 to 1 to create condensed carbon in a refinery, or in a refinery, I should say. And the interesting thing is, when you burn the condensed carbon, you get more than a 2 to 1 ratio out of it. So you would actually end up burning more carbon to fuel a thing than condensed carbon. You actually get a bonus from condensing it. So I don't remember what the conversion ratio is, but 1 condensed carbon will burn longer than 2 regular carbon. So it's totally worth compressing. Alright, another quick scan. Along the path. Not really.
Radiation protection.
Oh, neat. This planet either has a moon or I'm on a moon of that planet. I think that's probably the moon. Alright, we've reached our destination. So, in here we'll find a little device that has our seal. We're going to steal it out of that device. Yeah, we're in shelter now, so we really don't care about radiation. Since we're in shelter, our hazard suit will start to replenish itself, start getting rid of the, in this case, radiation contamination. See, inside. Beautiful thing. Oh, nanites will be in here. Specimen. Awesome. Okay, let's go to the other shelter, see what it has. More damaged machinery. Gotta love it. More refuse goo that eventually someday we will convert into nanites over a long, drawn out, boring, irritating process. But we'll stock it up and take care of it later. Alright, the ship's over here. Kilometer away. Oh no, not a kilometer. 3/4. Ooh. Relic. We might as well. That's sodium. Tell. Oh. Alright, these plants that attack you always have oxygen in them. So if you notice them before they attack you, ooh, hello little friend. Oh, liverburus. Okay. Anyway, you can actually change the name of anything you discover. So if I don't want him to be an L. liverburus, I can call that species Ed if I want to, but probably just leave the default. But once in a while I'll see something, you know, maybe I want to call this spiky-necked sheep ram. Okay. I can change the name to that. Oh, something. It is sodium. Another annoying thing. Thank you for your oxygen. And the reason why the suit keeps reminding me that the radiation protection is falling is, in time we will be able to get upgrades for our suit that will defend against environmental hazards like either radiation, toxicity, heat, or cold. And they operate as a shield. So when you charge those, they take the damage slowly, much more slowly than your hazard protection system does. And until those run out, you will not get the message about your hazard protection increasing. So it's a nice little system. Also, the exact order you place your upgrades within your inventories will actually possibly increase the effectiveness of those upgrades as you tie them in next to each other. So if you just place them randomly around in a shotgun fashion, you won't get as much benefit as if you group together like upgrades. Which means that sometimes, even what might seem like a minor upgrade, since it can increase maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 next door upgrades, could actually give you a pretty good return.
Radiation damage detected.
Alright. I'm going to recharge the power cell. Gonna let the ship. Well, no, I'm going to recharge the radiation.
Recharge.
That being shrewd, I mean, there's being dead. So, let's not be dead. Something else you may notice, every time you hop out of your ship, the game sets a restore point. Since we're on permadeath mode, let's say we're currently falling off a ledge and we're certainly going to die, hit escape, we'll pause the game, and immediately go reload to the last save, to the last restore point, I should say. And right here, as I pop out, you'll see restore point saved up in the middle below the picture of a guy. So I can hop back in, and I know I can get back to that point at any point in the future, as long as I click out and go to the reload screen before my guy actually dies. Okay, the ship now has launch thruster, pulse engine, excellent, a little bit of fuel, launch thrusters half full. Excellent, keep this up. Get back, 68 for carbon that was in there, holding it back. And what else do we want to take with us before we go? Good. Alright, so we survived the beginning of permadeath mode on No Man's Sky. Now we head to space, and life gets a little bit easier. Thank you for watching.